ForbezDVD.com. Yo, oh shit. See, this is a big moment. You are the first guest.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The first guest ever on ForbezDVdLive. That shit is crazy. But you know what though? We stole Iron Solomon. He's a Brooklyn dude now. He's from Manhattan.
Yep.
But now he lives in Brooklyn. He lives in my hood. I always bump into him in the hood.
Yeah.
He put me onto this good ass soup spot in Chinatown.
Yeah.
And I was trying to go there like every night of my life and shit and get that soup. They start at like 4 in the morning.
I go to Manhattan sometimes like late night just to go there.
Yeah, it's
I'll
like
get
right
in the car and drive over the bridge. Just
yeah, it's right over the bridge. I'm not going to tell y'all where it's at because they didn't give me no check.
Right.
But Ian, what's going on, man?
Chilling, man, chilling. Actually, it's funny today. I just did an interview with Forbes magazine today.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, the guys that stole their name from you guys.
Yeah, they stole it. They stole our shit.
Yeah.
Well, you know what though? They could be the corporate Forbes. We are the street corporate Forbes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we want the corporate money, but you know we follow their blueprint and it's a good thing. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think Nems is walking in here if I'm not mistaken. That is Nems walking in
So
here.
the show's over pretty much.
Yeah, Nems is very disrespectful. That's why I want him to be the second guest on the show. Nems, you can just go right there.
I'm first, baby.
Yeah. We got Nems in the building.
Yeah.
That was like on a grand entrance and shit a little bit. Like I planned that or some shit. He's like, yo, Nems, this is what happened. I'm gonna start my interview, and then you just walk right in and shit. I got a crazy question, right? If Nems and Iron Solomon battle, who would win?
I would murder this motherfucker. I would finish his career.
That's how you
say that again. You would what?
I would murder this motherfucker. I would finish his career. I know a lot of shit about him nobody else knows.
I write pretty much all his rhymes, so you might be right about that.
Y'all both been top tier battle rappers, but y'all don't have an ego. What is it with these fucking rappers, these battle rappers with the egos, man? Because I ain't gonna front, I don't like a lot of these motherfuckers. That's what fucked up the whole battle rap circle for me. Because I met a few of them and the niggas just got mad egos and they be like, what the fuck did you ever accomplish besides standing in a nigga face talking about bullshit? You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
Why don't y'all have an ego?
I think, people in our circle, we keep each other humble, I don't think we would ever let, each other get out of control or, I think that also when you have real talent and you're making music and it's not just battle rap and you see the bigger picture, you don't have that insecurity that you have to have an ego. Because in my experience, the people with real talent or the people that are genuine don't have egos, and it's the guys that are kind of floating off of a circumstance that got them hot or whatever, that they're the ones with egos. If you have to act like you have an ego, you got something to prove, and it's not real, it's not authentic.
And I also feel like between me and Solomon, like when I met Solomon years ago, so it's more like a family thing with him. And when I was locked up for a long time, I was locked up and Solomon held me down. Him and Vanguard, they put out a mixtape called Free Nems, and they was doing their thing. But a lot of these motherfuckers today, it's like wrestling nowadays. This shit is pure entertainment, fakeness, and like that's why I really don't fuck with it no more.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Shout out to Vague, shout out to Babs, shout out to Debo. I think the bitches go harder than the niggas. Man. Because for a chick to stand in another chick's face and say, yo, pussy stink, that's some real shit. Because you can't stand in front of a nigga and be like, your dick stink, nigga, because that shit don't work. But for a chick to stand in front of another chick and be like, you stink, pussy, bitch, that's some of the battle rap dudes. Y'all niggas is pussies. Like, straight up in y'all life. A lot of y'all be talking that shit, blah with the fifth, blah, you lying. That's why I just don't watch that shit. I just think the shit got a little corny because everybody has the same flow. You have a different flow, Iron Solomon, and you have a different flow, Nems. And the shit that's out now is just like, whatever. But we're not going to focus on that. That's just what people know y'all for. But y'all also do music. Y'all also got mixtapes. Iron, tell them about your project.
I just put out the Red Rum Radio mixtape, which is like a bunch of radio appearances that I made, and then a bunch of original songs mixed in with it. And that's like a prelude to the Monster album, which is really my like official debut album. March 27th, that's coming out. I produced or co-produced every song on there. I'm looking forward to having the people hear it because I think it's a real well-rounded project. I'm not talking about the same thing on every song. Every beat sounds different, but it still feels like a cohesive project. It's like when the same producers produce the whole album like the way it used to be, and it's not cut and paste. You know, it's got that feeling to it.
So tell them about your project, man.
Coney Soprano here. I brought you a copy.
Okay.
Basically, it's just
hold that up for the camera. Fuck that. Let them see that shit right there. There you go.
Yeah.
Coney Soprano.
Okay.
Like I just
got
worked.
the best verse on that.
Yeah.
Because I wrote it. Yo, basically, man, I just like to keep putting projects out, and I feel like the battle is what got my name known, and that's what got me out of there. And then, you know, now it's some different shit to battle world, so I said, fuck it, I make good enough music where I don't have to do the battling right now, and I got, you know what I'm saying, and it's just been working out for me. This shit is just like it's just all the songs I've been featured on in like the last year, I put together, and put it on one CD while I'm recording my next album.
How does it, tell the people, man, because Coney Island think that shit is motherfucking, they think Astroland Park, they think it's Cyclone. Let them fucking know, Coney Island is like, I don't even know how to, subscribe.
Listen, Coney Island is like,
prescribe that shit.
It's its own world, man. Like, people really believe, like, it's just the rides, but, like, you go inside of Coney Island, like, Stillwell Avenue is where the rides are, but there's Stillwell Avenue to Seagate, which is 21 blocks and 3 avenues, and that's nothing but hood. And it's not just one project, it's about 10, 15 different projects, and it's just, it's some real, you know, back in the days, niggas was getting their fades cut off, you know what I'm saying, or their flat tops, I mean, and the ride, you know, it's just some wild shit.
How you survive that shit, man?
I don't know.
You one of the wildest motherfuckers ever. Let me tell you something. Reason why I took to Nems because I was familiar with his battles, the Fight Club battles. And it was just like, I couldn't believe this motherfucker just said that shit to somebody in their face. Because I'm like, hold up, at what point do this motherfucker jump over this pool table and start fighting? But that's what made me know who you were. And then I met you when I was filming the Thuggication Symphony video. And I'm looking, I'm like, this look like Nems, but it don't look like Nems.
Looks
I don't know.
Like two Nemses.
Yeah, like Nems ain't Nems and shit. So it's just like, but when I met you and shit, you was humble and shit, and we've been kind of, you know, build a little camaraderie and been rocking ever since and shit. But why do you feel like the name of your movement is Fuck Your Life?
Yeah.
And before you even started following me, I used to always tell people, man, fuck your life, fuck you and shit. But why fuck your life?
It's been like that since I was younger, man. It's just basically a way of life. Like, it's fuck. If you ain't down with what I stand for or what my people that I stand with stand for, then fuck your life. Who gives a fuck about what you think about or care about or anything about you? Just fuck everything about you if you ain't with us. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, fuck your life.
So let's start some shit real quick.
Yeah.
For $25,000.
Yeah.
Who you want to go back in that ring with?
I mean, I feel like, you know, I feel like I'll destroy anybody, but I say names. I don't give a fuck. Fuck being political. I'll smash anybody for 25 stacks. Mook, Math, anybody. Math crushed me kind of in the Fight Club back in the days. You know what?
And then you know what's crazy because you used the shit against Math that Math used against him.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I had to avenge.
So y'all was cool back then?
Yeah.
Oh shit! See, we just got some
like,
information right quick. I didn't even know that.
I did that as like a nod to Nems, and you know, I got to avenge his honor. That's my brother.
And
what was it that he used?
The little Matthew, but
he said to me, little bitch.
Yeah, he called him the little bitch.
That shit, yo, I told Mav too, yo, that shit, like, really, I got my little cousin say that to me sometimes. Yo, that shit, it just don't stop with that shit. That was a great shit. But also, he put 2 of his rounds. It was a 4-round battle. You know what I'm saying? He put 2 of his rounds on YouTube and just one of mine. They don't show when I come back from the little bitch shit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's whatever.
So. Iron, same question.
He's gonna be political. I know.
Nah, not at all. I always talk shit to Mook. You know, there's good people who always talk shit.
Question: Mook is my homeboy. Is he the top dude?
I think that he just he held the title in an era that was important to a lot of people. You know,
okay.
Like he hasn't battled in so long. It's tough to say, but you know. Like we were talking about the other day, he's arguably undefeated. You know, he might have taken some losses that people see, but it's arguable. And he was just such a force. And I think that he set a lot of the precedents with the wordplay shit that's going on right now that people are just coming for his head because of that.